In this class, let us learn Bohr model of hydrogen atom. Rutherford's model cannot explain the stability of atom. So Niels Bohr made certain modifications in the model and gave his theory in the form of three postulates. The first postulate: an electron in an atom could revolve in certain stable orbits without the emission of radiant energy. According to this postulate, each atom has certain definite stable states in which it can exist, and each state has definite energy. They are known as stationary states of the atom. And the second postulate is that the electron revolves around the nucleus only in those orbits for which the angular momentum is an integral multiple of h by 2 pi. L is equal to nh by 2 pi, where n is an integer and h is the Planck's constant. And the third postulate is, when an electron makes a transition from a higher energy state to a lower energy state, a photon is emitted. The energy of the photon, h nu, is equal to the difference in the energy levels, Ei minus Ef. Ei is the initial energy of the atom and Ef is the final energy of the atom. Now let us find the radius of the permitted orbits. Let us consider the hydrogen atom. The nucleus has only one proton, so the charge of the nucleus is positive and equal to E. And an electron is revolving around the nucleus and it's negatively charged, so the charge is minus C. And the electron has velocity v and the radius of the orbit is r. As the electron moves around the nucleus, the centripetal force is provided by the electrostatic force of attraction between the nucleus and the electron. So centripetal force Fc is equal to mv square by r. And the electrostatic force of attraction Fe is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0, it is a constant, modulus q1 q2 by r square. q1 and q2 are the two charges. Here q1, the charge of the nucleus, and q2, charge of the electron. So that is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0, modulus we are taking, so E into E is square by r square. So let us equate centripetal force and electrostatic force. So mv squared by r is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 E square by r square. 1 r we can cancel. And according to the second postulate, the angular momentum of the revolving electron. Angular momentum is moment of linear momentum, that is mvr, is equal to nh by 2 pi, where n is the integer. From this equation, let us find the value of v, velocity, is equal to nh by 2 pi mr. So let us substitute in this equation v square. So m into n square x square 4 by 4 pi square m square r square is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 e square by r. So we can cancel 1 m, 4, 1 pi and 1 r also. So let us cross multiply. N square h square epsilon 0 is equal to here pi m r into e square. Pi m r into e square. And let us find the value for radius. So radius is equal to n square h square epsilon 0 by pi m E square. This term is a constant. So let us denote the constant by R0. So R is equal to R0 n square, where R0 is h square epsilon 0 by pi m E square. And its value is 0.53 angstrom. So for the first orbit, n equals 1. So R1 is equal to R0. For the second orbit, n equals 2, R2 is equal to R0 into 2 square, that is 4R0. So we can say radius is directly proportional to n square. And now let us find the velocity. Velocity is nh by 2 pi mr. Let us substitute for radius. So v is equal to nh by 2 pi m into r is r0 n square. 1 n you can cancel. So h by 2 pi m r0 into 1 by n. This is a constant, and that constant is c by 137 into 1 by n, where c is the speed of light and c is equal to 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. Or we can say v proportional to 1 by n. Now let us find the energy of the electron in the orbit. For an electron, the centripetal force is the electrostatic force that we have already learned. And the energy of the electron is the sum of kinetic energy. The total energy is the sum of kinetic energy and potential energy. As we know, the kinetic energy is half mv square. From this equation, we can find the value of mv square. R you can cancel. So mv square is 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 into E square by R. So half mv square is half into 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 E square by R. And kinetic potential energy U is equal to electrostatic potential energy is 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 by R. Q1 is equal to Q2 is equal to Q1 is equal to plus C, charge of the nucleus, and Q2 is equal to minus C. So potential energy U is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 minus E square by R. Let us find the relation between kinetic energy and potential energy. K is equal to half into negative of potential energy minus U. Or we can write U is equal to minus 2K. And let us find the total energy E. E is equal to K plus U. So we can write K plus U is minus 2K. So total energy is minus K. Or in terms of U, we can write it as E is equal to K is equal to minus U by 2 plus U, or that is equal to U by 2. So let us substitute for K in this equation or U in this equation. When you substitute for K, it is minus half into 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0, that is minus 1 by 8 pi epsilon 0 E square by R. But we have already learned R is equal to R0 n square. So this